over deliver it, right? So what Collaborate brings is just reading this feedback from everyone that you work with, and it's putting a metric at the end of the round, at the end of the month, let's say. And this metric is based, of course, of this intersubjective performance, but also on how much people say they are valued, on how much agreement there is among this value. Because if we are all working in a startup, maybe Natalia, you are the CMO or the lead marketeer, and Daniel is the human resource guy, Marnix the CTO or whatever. And we are coming with different experience, with different baggage, and with different expectation about how much they will pay for us, right? But in our startup, hey, we're just starting this team up. We don't have the funds. Like, hey, you may be willing to be paid $8,000 a month, but sorry, we don't have more than 1,500. Are you okay with that? And with Collaborate, you can say yes, I'm okay with that, because that difference is going to be measured in tokens. Tokens that are going to be produced with the peers assessment that I was saying before, with the loyalty of each person that will have with their team. Like in a multiplier, there is math behind that I won't go in right now. The thing is that at the end of the month or at the end of each round that the teams wants to uh, uh, to configure in their organization, there is a token distributions based on these inputs, and each will give different tokens to different peoples according what are their agreements and according what is the scoring from people. And these tokens may be tokens for ownership, tokens for equity, tokens for IOUs for future rewards. It's up to each community to decide how they want to use these tokens. Maybe they want to use reputation for governance and so on. So it makes sense. It's a primitive that no one else have been thinking about from this perspective. And I see a lot of potential to an intersection with AIs to build a new internet of agreements, because Web3 is basically for people to agree on a new ledger, on a new registry, decentralized registry, right? So I think Collaborate we can close an important gap, especially with artificial intelligence, again, in building this deliberation between what is the common truth in a collective, what is the truth in one individual, and bring balance to this different truth and build a new and broader one somehow.
Thank you, Gustavo. Thank you. Okay, we have 11 more minutes. If anyone has any questions, visions to share, and to bounce back with Gustavo, please be free. I have one real quick. Gustavo, I see this thing coming there where we have maybe even agreements with producers of physical goods, and I'm talking about food and drink providers and location providers, services of hospitality, to be exclusive to this new economy, this parallel economy that is being built, and to have again, this multitude of different currencies to be resolved with the market size. The smaller the market size, I believe, the easier it is to have alternative type of agreements set between playing members. What do you think about that? Again, it's not a developed idea, but I have this vision of smaller group of selected, providers.
I'm not sure if I'm following your
So
question.
having a network of shops, farms, and centers to stay, like for example villages and hospitality, and to have that network exchange only within each other, not go outside to the outside market.
I mean, we need bioregional activism. somehow we need bioregional connections to be enabled, to be empowered, um, to be more active, to connect more, to bring more space of people to connect, even if it's for markets, for art, for whatever. That's what we need, especially with times of climate crisis and so many uncertainties about the governments and what they will do and whatsoever. I mean, fuck that shit, please. We just need uh, person to person's connections and to realize our capabilities to, hey, we can bring value if we just coordinate together to do something, and we can share the accident of that value to our neighbors.
Mm-hmm.